Hello, everyone. Welcome back, Richard here from Wiki Hacks. Now we'll look at the fundamentals of how feelings work in this section. So, while I describe this, I want you to consider not only the actuality of, hey, this is how thoughts work, but also the possibility of this is how thoughts work. Not only how thoughts, feelings, and behaviors arise, but also how you may use it as a tool to greatly improve your life. Change your feelings and, as a result, your behavior. So, here's how it works. In psychology, there was once a controversy about which came first, the mind or the body. It was a case of the chicken and the egg. Did your feelings arise from your thoughts, or did you have a feeling and then begin to think about it? I had some thoughts about it. So, do thoughts come first and feelings follow, or do feelings arrive first and thoughts follow? They're so close together that it takes a millisecond to figure out which is which. However, when you investigate anything scientifically, you research it, and you dig further. It's all in your head. Your moods are always influenced by the thoughts that came before them. The thinking that before it determines your feelings. So you have a concept that causes you to feel a certain way, and then you act on that feeling. So that's how it works. Now, here's what I want you to get. It's a simple concept, yet it's really important in psychology. Thoughts and emotions will always be in sync. You will experience furious feelings if you have angry thoughts. You feel worried if you have worrisome thoughts. What do you feel while you're contemplating cheerful thoughts? I'm glad you're getting the hang of it. Now, how often do you get furious when you think angry thoughts? It's 100% of the time. There is no such thing as an incompatibility. So people would say, oh, I need anger management help, and I'll respond, well, what's going on in your life? And they go, blah blah blah. I had an angry thought. I just can't get over these angry feelings, they say. Here's what I want you to do, I say. I'd like you to pay attention to your own thoughts. And I want you to note that you have an angry emotion whenever you have an angry thinking, and vice versa. You don't think such furious ideas when you're not upset. After a day of doing this, you will discover that your thoughts are the same as mine, and your emotions are always in sync, and the only way to get rid of your rage is to let go of angry ideas. Simply stop them in their tracks. You start doing math in your thoughts while you listen to the radio. Anything that does not focus on the angry thoughts will cause them to vanish. Your thoughts and feelings will now constantly be in sync. When must you be thinking the enraged thought? That's correct, you have to be thinking it right now. In fact, in order to get upset, you have to be thinking it right now. We've gotten over the need to have an angry thought in order to experience an angry feeling. This isn't new, but here's something that is. To remain enraged. It's impossible to have just one angry thought. Oh no, you'll need a steady stream of angry thoughts. People say things like, oh, I just can't manage my rage. You're not in control of your thoughts, which is the opposite of focused management. You don't get to choose what you think about. You're simply allowing your thoughts to take control of you. Then they instill these dreadful feelings in you. And for some inexplicable reason, you don't want these sentiments, but you keep thinking about them, choosing to stay with them. Control your mind once more, choose not to think furious ideas. You may even choose a thought that corresponds to how you want to feel. Why? Because feelings and thoughts are constantly in sync. You're constantly causing your own internal state and then blaming it on someone elsewhere. The most common psychological fallacy is believing feelings are caused by the environment. It's not the outside that's the problem, it's the inside. It's all in your head. So not only do angry thoughts lead to furious feelings, but you also have to keep thinking them. Your depression vanished as soon as you began focusing on someone else. You become depressed as a result of doing what you are doing and having a steady stream of negative thoughts. I'd like you to observe something once more. Here's a clever psychological technique. We're going to figure out if the problem is due to you or all of the other external factors you blame. Oh, I'm so miserable as a result of the government, my taxes, my work, my wife, and my children. Blah blah blah. I want you to go into a room by yourself and observe who is present and who is absent. I want you to know that anything from your past, or anything that has been bothering you, is no longer an issue. Also, I'd like you to check to see if you're still depressed. You can figure out who is causing your depression while alone in a room by yourself, still depressed. Do you see what I mean? You're the only one there, and nothing is currently happening. You're alone in a room in real time. Are you aware that you are the one who is causing your depression? You are also the source of your joy. I'm going to blame it on you, too, because you're the one who brought it about. By thinking good thoughts, you cause yourself to be anxious, and by thinking a stream of thoughts, You induce yourself to be worried. You'll be concerned about the things that concern you. I want you to feel empowered by realizing that you are in charge of these circumstances. So here's the next point: sentiments are quite simple, they're silly, simplistic, and we've all experienced them. They're said to be extremely complicated. They're from deep buried unconscious energies, childhood difficulties, and hidden programming, to name a few things. Also, the government is tampering with your thinking. What a load of nonsense. Someone must have sold a book or convinced you to undergo 6 years of treatment based on it. It's complete nonsense. We just discussed how simple it is. You have a negative emotion when you think a terrible thought. Do you have an optimistic mindset? Boom, you got a good sensation. As a result, feelings aren't complicated. This whole farce, this story about, oh, I'm so depressed, it's all based on this trauma. Then this happened, and then this other guy did this, and then this other person did this, and so on, and so on. You're the one who makes up this entire story, this absurd fiction with layers upon layers upon layers of why you're here. This feeling becomes incredibly confusing. The feelings are straightforward when the tail is removed. You're doing an outstanding job. You've just grasped a key psychological notion. You're doing a fantastic job. That's it for today. If you are new here, make sure to click the subscribe button and press the bell icon. Don't forget to like and share with your friends and family. I'll see you next week.